All right, let's do some Underdog fantasy pick'em, huh? All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus show. I am Lupagus. And you know what? NFL playoffs are here. The Vikings are not in the dance. Doesn't mean we cannot do an Underdog fantasy and see if we can put together a winning lineup of the games going on this weekend. I will pick one line from each game and see how we do. So let's get started with this one. Again, if you guys want to do Underdog Fantasy, if you have not yet done it, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, promo code SKULL, download the app. They'll match your first deposit up to 100 bones. You also get a mystery offer, which is basically a gimme. So they'll be like Matthew Stafford, 0.5 passing yards. And obviously, you would go higher on that, unless you're a moron. All right, let's start with the Kansas City-Houston game. Joe Flacco's been on fire lately, and they got him here. 1.5 higher on touchdowns, higher 274 passing yards. I'm actually going to make this a little bit smaller. Let me just adjust that quick so we can see the actual lines. All right, so we got 1.5 passing touchdown, 274.5 passing yards. Those are the two that are intriguing to me. If we're going to go Joe Flacco, I'm not going to go anything with Jerome Ford at this point. The other option here, you got Mari Cooper, who's been on fire. He's got a spicy to get a touchdown. And also 5.5 receptions is definitely doable. And then Joku, the other guy I would consider here with the reception line and the receiving yards. But that being said, I think this might be a game where Joe Flacco continues to air it out. And that 1.5 passing TDs, I think he'll get 2 passing touchdowns. I'm going to go higher on the passing touchdowns. Let's go to the next game. Let's go to Kansas City at Miami, or Miami at Kansas City. Remember this one. This is going to be a freezing-ass cool game. It's supposed to be like -10. I don't think there'll be a lot of balls aired out in this one, which means since I think there won't be a lot of passes through the air, means there probably will be. But I got to be honest, I've had a lot of luck with the Christian Wilkins spicy, him getting a sack. I would love to have this guy on our team, on the Vikings next year. I believe he is a free agent. But let's see what Patrick Mahomes, 243.5 passing yards. Look at what he's done in his recent games, 245, 235, and 305. But again, -10, not a great environment to be throwing the ball. So taking the lower there makes sense. But I think what I'm going to do is actually look at Pacheco here. 65.5 rushing yards. I do believe they're going to pound the football in this one. I think he'll get a lot of touches, a lot of carries. And I'm going to go higher on Pacheco on the 65.5 rushing yards, though I do like going lower on Mahomes in this one too. Let's go over to Green Bay and Dallas. Jordan Love, 250. I really don't want to do anything with Jordan Love in his first ever playoff game. You never know how players are going to respond to the big moment. Will he do great or will he crumble? I don't know. Aaron Jones, I'm not going to touch. Really, any Packers. I don't want a Packer. I already decided. Screw the Packers. They shouldn't even be in the playoffs because they're ass. But let's go to the Cowboys. Dak Prescott, 21.5. Packers secondary was playing really like historically bad there for a while. I do give them credit for tightening that thing up for the final couple games there. But CeeDee Lamb, the question is, do we do eight receptions or do we do the receiving yards over 100? Needs 101. I'm going to go higher on the yards. I think CeeDee Lamb's going to have a big game in this one. I think they'll be throwing to him early and often. And I think he will destroy the Green Bay secondary. So CeeDee Lamb, I'm going to go higher there. Let's go to the next game. All right, let's go to Rams at Detroit. Matthew Stafford, revenge game, going to Detroit, the team that traded him away. Detroit secondary is a mess. 276.5 passing yards for Stafford. Looks definitely doable. Kyren Williams, the guy's been a beast. Taking higher on him makes a lot of sense as well. I don't know. Cup, I'm going to stay away from Higbee, Maher. Nope. Let's just see. And then you go back to the Lions side of things. Goff, 262.5. Gibbs, I mean, he's been hitting his receiving and rushing higher on those lines quite a bit. Montgomery always seems to get a touch, but I'm going to go back to – I'm going to go Stafford. I think he goes higher. I think he really tears up this Lions secondary and has a big game. So I'm going to go higher on 276.5 for Matthew Stafford. And let's go to the last game. Let's go to Philadelphia at Tampa Bay. It's shocking to think where we are now that Philly goes on the road to Tampa Bay in the first round of the playoffs. Jalen Hurts, he's been horrible lately, but 215, 5 passing yards. He will not have A.J. Brown. That does seem very low. I kind of actually feel like, I know the Eagles have been a freaking mess lately, but it seems kind of low to me. Devontae Smith, he's going to be your number one target. So 65.5. You could definitely go higher than that. You got Quiz Watkins, blah, blah, blah. I don't really like any of the Bucks players. I don't have any good feelings about them, but I think I'm going to actually go Devonta Smith higher than 65.5. Again, without A.J. Brown, seems like a safe bet. So I'm going to put 10 bones on this. We got, we're not going to insure it because we are men. We aren't scared of anything. So I can win $200 here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's just look at the lineup one more time. We got Joe Flacco higher than 1.5 touchdowns. Pacheco going over 65.5. CeeDee Lamb over 100.5. Matthew Stafford 267.5. And Devonta Smith 65.5 receiving yards. So that's my line. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you do. Let me know if you have any success. What's the most you've ever won in Underdog on a lineup? Do you do better in basketball? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget promo code SKULL and download that app. You damn rascals. Keep your skull.